I ain't got no win.
Shut the fuck. Shut. Did I say no? Oh shit. Say it again. Say something else. Oh, say something else.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Appreciate you guys tuning in on the second official Monday of this 2024 year. This is my first official recording of this year, so I want to officially wish you guys all a happy new year. And we're basically, 8 days into this new year already. So I'm praying, hoping that you guys enjoyed your time off, enjoyed your New Year's, and looking forward towards another year with me, just providing information and facts on what's going on here in this South Florida market. As always, it's your guy here, Garaudy Joseph, your local real estate agent in the South Florida market. I'm just here to inform, not to influence. Excuse me. On what's going on here locally in the South Florida market when it comes to real estate. Biggest thing I like to tell people is just make sure that you have all the facts and information when it comes to what decision you plan on making depending on where you're at in your real estate journey, whether you're trying to sell a home, buy a home, excuse me, buy an investment property, regardless of what it is. Biggest thing is you just want to make sure you have the right facts and information and have the right people providing you the right information, because a lot of people that are out there that sound like they know what they're talking about, but realistically they do not. So with all that being said, as always, I like to keep this short and simple. I'm going to actually hone in on one article that stood out to me. This comes directly from the Florida Realtors website. All right, this is called South Florida Buyers, Renters to See Positive 2024 Changes. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this article and just kind of highlight or talk about what stood out to me in this article, which basically hones in on the fact that, hey, this may be a pretty better year in the real estate market for buyers and renters in 2024 versus the 2023 market. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Home buyers and renters are in luck. Real estate experts predict you can expect better deals in South Florida in 2024, thanks to a slowdown in home sales and growing supply of residents, especially high rises. It'll be a good time to rent or buy, the forecasters say. Prices will lower slightly, but it won't be a free for all. The market will just be slightly better than 2023, which is a good thing, obviously. There's the old saying of what goes up must come down, says Jack McCabe, owner of the Deerfield Beach real estate and economic research firm Jack McCabe Expert Services. We're going to see that this year. We're going to see that this year a lot of what drove the market would taper off, he said. Yes, people might be coming from across the globe, but will they make up for the domestic Northeast buyer? No, they won't. Are we going to see a tapering off of these unrealistic, artificial inflated prices? Yes, we are. The Miami Herald spoke with seven real estate academics, analysts, and real estate agents to hear what they predict will happen in 2024. And going back to what I was saying earlier, this is why I like to mention to people or emphasize when you're talking about anything to anyone regarding what you're trying to do, whether you're trying to get into the real estate market, whether you're trying to seek health advice, regardless what it is, make sure you're talking to professionals. We all love talking to our family and friends about just general stuff, but just be mindful of a lot of people like to just talk, but they really don't know what they're talking about. So in this particular article, I like this article because they're actually interviewing real estate academics, analysts, and real estate agents in this market of what they predict in the 2024 market. So let's go ahead and jump into what some of the questions that were asked and the responses from these experts. Okay. All right. So we're just going to go over a couple of these questions. All right. So one question that came up was, what would happen with affordable workforce housing? All right, the question is any price relief for buyers or renters? All right, Ned Murray, Associate Director of the George M. Perez Metropolitan Center of Florida International University. The only good news, if there's any good news, is prices won't go up that much more, including rents. They're maxed out, but prices are so unaffordable that it has paralyzed the market. Where do we go from here? We will pretty much see things stay the same as they are right now. we'll see difficulty in addressing that supply. Basically, supply is still a big issue. It's a realistic thing here, not only in the South Florida market but throughout the country. Now, I will throw in the fact that if we do start seeing interest rates start coming down even further where they're at today, then it may be a little more opportunities for people to jump back into the market. But once again, we can't make enough houses to kind of fill in the gap of people interested in actually getting into this real estate market. But the good thing is, we're moving in the right direction. Just have to kind of assess where you're at in your personal journey. So let's continue on with the response to the question. Ashton Nesbitt, CEO of the Florida Housing Coalition. There is still a great need, and the great need comes from those who earn 50% or below the area median income. And in a lot of cases, there are working people who fall within that range. That those people who work full time and earn 40,000 to 50,000 are raising the child. There are people who work in the medical field and school and service industry. All right, so and here's another response regarding that question. Kevin H. Johnson, a finance professor specializing in real estate at Florida Atlantic, as we eventually oversupply at the higher end of the market, that will help drive down all prices across the spectrum. We get out and beat the drum of the bad builders, the bad developers, but they're building at margins that have to make a profit or they have to close. You can't tell someone you have to build a product below a market cost for the good of the community, yet make forces work, and then it solves itself over time. So when it comes down to it, as far as this particular question, when it going back to the premise of the question, any price relief for buyers or renters? Yes, from these experts. The good thing is they're saying that we won't see. We're basically maxed out. The only good thing we have working in our favor is the fact that rates are low, and we're hoping to see rates continue further come down. The reality also is that the supply is a reality here, so that's something that buyers will have to continue just to work and address. And that's the reason I constantly emphasize you always want to make sure you have the right people on your team when you're trying to get into this market here in South Florida, especially on the buyer's side of things, making sure that you have the right realtor, mortgage professional, home inspector, and those individuals will make this journey of yours a very smooth one, because if not, you can find yourself wasting a lot of time and money if you don't have the right people on your team. So with all that being said, once again, Happy New Year. I'm looking forward to continue to inform you, not influence you on what's going on here in the South Florida market. And as always, appreciate your time, and you enjoy the rest of your Monday. And once again, Happy New Year, and looking forward towards a very long and productive and formative New Year for us all. All right. Thank you.